Oh, you guys, it seems like every time I go to take a nap because my legs hurt, this girl is up and loading either rages or mukbangs. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's. I guess my timing is really poor in catching her in the moment when she's doing this shit. Can't, Chantal. Um, you said you weren't going to do this anymore. You said you were not going to do mukbangs anymore. And you've already done two in the last 48 hours. Right? Now you're trying to ease us back in. You had a small portioned bowl yesterday, right? That probably had more rice in it than it should have had, but better than normal, better than what you've done in the past. But you gotta stop eating bread, girl. I don't know why you're so fucking obsessed with eating pita. It's really sad to watch because we're seeing you sit down and your face looks like it's exploding out of your clothing, and you're just like, oh, and the bread is so cheap. Great. So that's a cheap death. Nice. Mm-mm. Assalamu alaikum. Do you see how there's three things that were selected by Salah for her takeout? She's only going to show us two of these things on her serving size platter, which means this is round one, and she's going to go for round two off camera.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another video. So today
I don't believe that Persians only eat with their hands, that they only eat using bread, because I know a lot of Persians, Chantal, and they know how to use utensils. They're not Neanderthals, okay? Like you are. Get a goddamn fork or a spoon or something else, but stop using this bread to try and mop up everything you're eating.
A video going into more detail on these new foods I've tried not that long ago.
New foods? Haven't we seen this meal 1,000 times already? And where did the chicken and rice go? Don't lie and say it's for Salah.
I've fallen in love with them ever since. They're so delicious. I know a lot of you from the West watching me probably have never heard of this. I have never heard of this before. If you have, if you're from the regions that makes this wonderful food and you know what it is, please feel free to comment. As you saw in the opening.
Oh, yes. Only if you've ever been in the region and you've tasted the food directly from where she is in Kuwait, you guys. You can't possibly have had it somewhere else or just have an opinion on what it looks like and how she's describing it. Nope. You can only comment if you have tasted it in Kuwait, you guys. That's how she rolls.
there. This is jarish. This is jarish. This here is called ash. And this is some wheat bread. Like, they make it fresh every day, all the time. So basically...
So what? You're not supposed to be eating it. So why are you eating it? You already faced a severe health concern, and now you're going backwards again. With all this bread and carbs and chocolate and cheese, and you are doing absolutely everything you can to pick out the worst possible choices to eat in your condition, and you're still, the last reading was a 10.9. Honey, you are still double where you're supposed to be in your blood sugar. And yeah, to No, I Don't Think So's point, she did quite literally talk about this same restaurant, like, I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago, because the last time I covered it, I talked about how there is a place in downtown, Old Town San Diego, where they sell tortillas out of a window in a famous restaurant down there. They do fresh tortillas. But you know what? A tortilla is hella smaller than what you're eating, girl.
Basically, as you saw, I wanted to show you guys, I told Salah to film for me when he ran in to get the food. They have these big vats and they cook these foods inside for a long time, and then they serve it up. That's traditionally how they do it.
Yeah, a lot of restaurants do that. And sometimes you have to be a little concerned about there being potentially some food poisoning if they've been sitting out too long and shit. I've gotten food poisoning from places like Gulliver's, where they make their cream corn early in the morning, and cream spinach and stuff, and they've got them in vats all day. And I have twice gotten food poisoning from that type of meal.
Sometimes they also cook them in like these big clay pots. So yeah, so jarish, in case you're wondering, is a cracked wheat. Jarish just means cracked wheat, like wheat. And it's wheat in its whole form, so it's not stripped. It's full of fiber and phytonutrients.
Gall culpada. You can stop with the mental gymnastics.
Right.
You know you shouldn't be eating this.
It's a staple Kuwaiti dish. There's also in other countries, it's made in other countries, like in Saudi Arabia. It's basically like a savory porridge. Yes, you can have savory porridge. It doesn't have to be sweet, but it's made with cracked or crushed wheat in its whole form. So it has the whole wheat germ and everything. Arabic spices, tomato, and this is made with chicken. So you can see little chunks of chicken in there. It's so delicious and savory and yummy, and I love it. So this is like a Persian dish, and it's made with beans, chickpeas, lentils, onions, spices, bunch of herbs, and there's spinach, a lot of spinach in there. I love it.
Spices, bunches of herbs. Real specific there, Chantal.
And of course I have some pickles. So I'm just going to eat a little bit with you guys to show you.
Why? Why do you got pickles with this? Why do you ruin your palate every time you eat by throwing pickles in with the dish? I mean, that's such... God. Not only does it have a lot of sodium, which you're not supposed to have, and you're going to be tempted to drink the pickle juice because you're that much of a freak, but it is so off-putting to the flavors that you're tasting that it doesn't work. Like, these flavors do not work together. So why, I mean, like, how can you be like, I'm a food connoisseur, I'm going to teach you all about what's going on in Kuwaiti food. Well, I have my American pickles. Alright.
But, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys one of my new favorite dishes here. A couple of them. And definitely for one, is the jarish. So you eat it with bread like that. Bismillah.
Get a goddamn fork, you heathen. What the hell? You don't even wash your hands, girl.
And they cook it for so long until it becomes like a creamy texture. Now, traditionally, Ash has Persian style noodles in it, but this has no noodles. It's just such a healthy, delicious comfort food.
All you can shut it about comfort foods. Your entire life revolves around giving in to cravings and comforts. She really did mean it yesterday when she slipped. She stopped caring about what foods she eats now that she's taking her meds.
Yep.
Pickle fork.
I mean, I'm glad to finally see her using a fork for her pickles. But gall, what's the point when you drink from the jar and grab the pickle with your hands right after?
Now this meal will keep you full for a long time.
Well, and also, like, why using it for the pickles but not for the rest of the meal? Chantel, get some goddamn table manners, please.
It's full of protein, healthy fibers.
When did feeling full ever stop you? You said so yourself. And with your kidney problems, shouldn't you be careful with protein anyway?
I love how unprocessed the food is.
Unprocessed.
Coming from a place where there's so much processed food, like even in the grocery stores here, you won't find highly processed packaged foods.
Doubt that's correct. Funny then how Kuwait's obesity rate is nearly double that of Canada's, isn't it?
Canned meals.
I mean, Chantel, you understand that with canned meals and processed food, they use a lot of preservatives, right? Which is primarily sodium and salt, you know, things like that. You think that meal that you're eating right now doesn't have a lot of goddamn salt in it? You're just like, it's got some spices and some herbs. Really? What specifically is in it?
There's canned vegetables, sure. This is made with boneless chicken, but you can also make it with boneless meat, which is very popular. But I could eat this like every day. It's super affordable. Like for a huge bag of this fresh bread, there's a place that just makes bread in like a big oven. 100.
Stop eating bread, Chantal. You're not on a diet if you keep doing this. You're not trying to lose weight if you keep eating that much goddamn bread. Stop eating bread.
Fills for a big bag of like 5 or 6 breads that are like this big, and they're non-processed. Like I said, the wheat germ is still intact. You can see it. 100 fills, which is like about 45 cents, I think. So this, for a container like this each, and one container like this will last me 3 meals, is 400 fills each. So that's about $1.50, $1.30 American, about $1.70 Canadian.
You know, that's not even that cheap when you compare it to the insanely cheap vegetables you could buy in Kuwait. Remember her buying kilos of veggies for under $1? But no. Tell us about why you should stuff your face with bread instead.
I thought it would be cool to show you guys like some kind of, you know, I always talk about how the food is cheap and there's like, you know, a lot of ethnic food. That's so good. I get excited about unhealthy takeout, but I also get excited about healthy, real, unprocessed food.
Who are you trying to convince? Do you really think we're dumb?
That tastes like comfort food. One more pickle.
Yeah, seriously, on her grocery haul, I didn't see a single tomato. I didn't see lettuce. I didn't see just unflavored cucumbers that are not pickles. I did not see squash or zucchini. I did not see anything. I mean, in my last grocery haul, I picked up 2 artichokes. a tomato, some lettuce. I don't understand how you can be so bad to your body like this. It's really shocking.
If you love spinach, you're gonna love that. You're gonna love the ash.
Oh, if I love spinach, is that because I told you to saute some spinach with some salmon, baked salmon, and have like a half a cup of cooked rice with it? Is that why you mentioned spinach? Because you never fucking eat spinach, do you, girl?
If you love beans, lentils, see the lentils and beans. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory turmeric. You know, food it's so rich in culture, you know? And it really interests me, like the different foods they have in different countries. Because usually there's so much culture surrounding it. And you can learn so much. Thank God for good food. I usually freeze the leftover bread, but it's very fresh, so, you know, if you don't freeze it, it'll never be the same. There's no preservatives, right? When you buy loaves of bread, like Wonder Bread, that can last for a long time.
Okay, so you're admitting that basically what the accusations are, that wheat bread, in air quotes, that you've been buying is like a Wonder Bread type of variety brand. Oh, you guys, she's absolutely watching the React channels. And I'll tell you, you know, my mom used to freeze a lot of stuff because she was a single mom, a public school teacher. She, you know, was trying to raise 2 kids on very low child support because my dad's an asshole. I'm just being real. And whenever she pulled out the frozen bread, it tasted like crap, you guys.
It's like weird how long it can last. But if you have fresh bread with no preservatives, you can tell because it goes hard the next day. So you have to really preserve the bread. But it's never the same as when it's fresh, right out of the oven. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to share with you this wonderful meal. What interests me the most is the more ethnic food. You know, the more homemade food. So I hope you found this video a bit interesting. And
I can't wait till you get to the point where you're drinking powdered milk because you're that goddamn poor.
I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
This is gross. This is a person who cannot figure out how to revolutionize her channel. And so she's just falling back into what she feels will get her views. And I think most people are getting sick of watching an incredibly obese person stuff her face. It's getting sick to watch this. So I don't know what to tell you, Chantal, but sure, that might have been a tasty meal, but just watching you eat it makes it disgusting to most of us.